Hey YouTube, Awesome Rider here. This is going to be a very quick video just talking about my thoughts on the Power Rangers Prime Green Ranger which just got revealed. Really funny timing because we've had the silhouette version of it, a couple of them I believe, going around, and I needed to find it yesterday when I did my video for the first issue of VR Troopers, and then we got the actual reveal the very next day. It reminded me of some things I forgot to bring up in that discussion, and I wanted to talk about it, and my general thoughts. Like, overall, I actually really do quite like the Prime suits. I think they do a really good job of being kind of familiar, MMPR-y for the casual audience, but also being different. I kind of wish that pink and red weren't so similar, though, because I always get them confused in panels. I think there could be a little bit more differences there, but overall, I really like them, and I wish the Lightning Collection was still around to give us some designs for them. And obviously, they're going for the MMPR color scheme, so of course it would be green, and we've been hinting at the Green Ranger, which is something I'm going to talk about in a minute, but I do really like the design. Obviously, being reminiscent of the original MMPR green, I definitely see some influences, at least in my opinion, of Matt's version of it, as well as maybe even a little bit 2017 movie Rita. And I think if I remember, there was a silhouette that made it look female, kind of reminded me of always the discourse we have when Sentai scans first come out, and there's always one people insist is a female, and then it's revealed to be a male. Actually, inserting this voice of Dawson is from the future, because when I was getting ready to edit an image gathering, I saw that they also released the covers with the female version that I was just talking about, which is indeed Rita. They give it away. So yeah, that's really interesting, really cool, kind of a nod, I'm assuming, or an inspiration of the 2017 movie. God, I feel like one of those Toku fans is like, it's a reference, but still cool nonetheless. The first picture I saw, though, does look male. Again, reminding me of always the discourse with Sentai of whether it's a male or female ranger. But because it's in front of the VR Troopers, I'm going to assume it has something to do with the Ryan thing. I'll be curious to see how that plays out. If it is the case of Rita becoming the female version first and then giving it to Ryan, I kind of hate how all these covers and previews telegraph it. I'm never one to complain about spoilers, but it is weird to me how often comics will telegraph their biggest twists. Like, I get it in a way because you want to generate hype, but why not do it after the fact? Like, I remember when Lord Draken was revealed, it was like in a bunch of press releases and articles on IGN before you saw it. Wouldn't it have been cool for it to be a surprise for the readers, and then you do the articles and people rush out to go buy it at the comic shops? Like, based on a lot of these previews for comics in general, you can kind of put together the plot before you even get to read them. But anyway, back to wherever I splice in past me. This rumor is, like, or speculation slash rumor, that Ryan, the VR Trooper, the main VR Trooper leader guy, I don't know why I said it like that, is going to become the Green Ranger. I believe some of his panels had, like, green text or something, or green speech bubbles, which signified it. I can't remember if that's true or not, because I know in the early issues of Prime, that's how they let you know who was going to be what color, was the speech bubble colors. And I think that's interesting, and I touched on that very briefly in the VR Troopers review, as I talked about, like, if that happens, like, what's going to happen to the VR Troopers. Like, since they're getting a spin-off series and they've had a prominent role, I can't imagine they'll just shuffle them off as, like, this weird thing that was only at the beginning. So I almost wonder if we'll get a new character, like I said in that review, donning his second suit that we got in the series, and that would be kind of interesting, and I would like that. And I don't mind the idea of Ryan becoming a ranger, but then it reminded me of, like, oh yeah, again, of course we're doing the MMPR color scheme, but I think there's a missed opportunity to make it a gold ranger, just because, if you guys remember, I think, or at least I think this is right, that Ryan, the actor for Ryan in VR Troopers, voiced the Gold Ranger. Actually, my favorite version of the Gold Ranger is when he's a mystery with that cool voice. Like, I just really liked him like that. And I think that there was a thought at one point that they might bring the Ryan character over from VR Troopers. And I think it would have been kind of cool to make him a Gold Ranger as kind of a nod to that idea, kind of like a full circle moment, something that, you know, was started in the show and then kind of came into here. And it would have been kind of cool to have that and kind of differentiate things. It's kind of one of those things, like, they're obviously going very MMPR familiar still, so the casual audience will buy it. But it's like, I don't think the casual audience is going to be like, well, I was into this because it kind of looked like MMPR, but then you did gold instead of green, I'm out. It's kind of like with Sentai, where they were scared to move away from gold and silver for so long. It's like, you're really in trouble if one color swap's going to, like, make your franchise be in trouble. So I think that would have been cool. I'm not hugely mad about it, but I think it would have been a cool nod, or just cool to branch out a little bit and have a different color. But who knows? We could get other Prime Rangers designed. That would be kind of neat too, because they don't have to worry about, like, oh, the budget of, like, making a new suit. You can just draw a new suit. So yeah, I like the suit. I'll be interested to see how the story unfolds with the VR Troopers and how that's involved. But I just thought it would have been kind of cool to have a little nod to that and to see a gold Prime Ranger, or maybe one that was like gold with green accents. That could have been kind of cool, because I like the way the green accents look on Draken's shield, because it's not two colors you usually see together, and it doesn't gel as well together as, like, black and gold or white and gold. and stuff like that, but it does look unique. So maybe something where it was like a Gold Ranger, but with some green plating, and then a similar design so that it's obviously echoing MMPR green, but then you get like a Prime Gold Ranger, and it's a cool little Easter egg to Ryan as the Gold Ranger, or the voice, which was, again, the best version. But anyways, guys, let me know what you think of the Green Ranger. Who do you think it'll be? Who do you want it to be? Let me know in the comments as always. Until next time, Dawson Ryder, signing out.